In this video, we'll look at how to calculate the area of a coloured region within a shape. So in the first problem, we can see we've got a square, it's a rectangle with the dimensions 9 centimetres by 7 centimetres. We see that there's a right angle triangle shaded in red. I know it's a right angle triangle because of this symbol. That tells me that that corner is a 90-degree angle. And the question is, calculate the area of the red shaded part of this shape. So in order to do that, I first of all need to recognize that I'm looking at two shapes. My first shape, which is the larger shape, is a rectangle. I keep calling it a square. It's a rectangle. Rectangle. I think that's right. Rectangle. So if I were to calculate the area of the entire rectangle, okay, that's what I'll do first. Let me actually redo that in green. I'll do it in blue. Let's calculate the entire rectangle area and then deal with the triangle. So the area of the rectangle is the base times the height. Now in this rectangle, my base is 7 centimetres and my height is 9 centimetres. So my area becomes 7 nines, which is 63 centimetres squared. Now, I'll park that there for just a few minutes. I'll maybe just do a little highlight so that I don't lose it in my scribbles. And I'll move on to look at the part of the figure that I'm most interested in, which is the red triangle. So I'll highlight it in black. So now I'm going to look at the area of my red triangle, and only the red triangle. So, triangle. Okay. So, how do I calculate the area of a triangle? Well, the area is given by half the base times the perpendicular height. Now, if you're unsure about this formula, you can refer to the video that I've just uploaded that explains why I use that formula to calculate a triangle. If you're comfortable enough with it, then just continue watching this. Now, what is the base of my triangle? Well, it doesn't matter which side is my base. We know it's a rectangle, so this side, which is 7 centimetres, means this side must also be 7 centimetres. Okay, because it's a parallelogram. The sides are parallel, they're the same length. This side, which is 9 centimetres, means over here must also be 9 centimetres. So I'm going to use my base as being the side that has 9 centimetres. So my 9 centimetres, this is over here I'm talking about, half the base, which I'm taking as being a 9. That looks like a 7, let me just change that. It's a 9. Multiplied by the perpendicular height. Now, this is my perpendicular height, okay? It's perpendicular to the base. It's a right angle, okay? So I'm happy that I'm working with the right shape, or the right side of the shape. And that dimension is 7 centimetres. So it'll be 7. Now, if I calculate 9 by 7, that's 63. So it's a half times 63, which was going to work out as 31.5 centimetres squared. Okay? 31.5 centimetres squared. Now, let me just pull up my diagram. I might just copy this. No, actually, I'll just pull up I'll create a new diagram. So let me just reintroduce the square. Okay, whoopsie daisy, no, it's not the square. Okay, so my square so here's the square. Okay, it's the same square, I'm just trying to draw it once more. Sorry, It's not a square, it's a rectangle. I'm going to have to stop saying that. And that was my rectangle. This was the red area. Just drawing it quickly. So what we have said is that the square has got an area. Let's do it like this. The area of the square was equal to 63 centimeters squared. Crikey. 63. And the area of the triangle, if I can do this, is 31.5. So I'm not interested in the area of the square. I only want to know the area of the triangle. So what I'll do is, okay, you know what? It is not a square. It is a rectangle. Rectangle. Okay. So what I'll do is, I know that this area is 31.5 and the entire rectangle has an area of 63. So if I say, well, 63 take away 31.5 should leave me with the area of red. So 63 minus 31.5 becomes 31.5. So therefore, the area of the shaded region, here's my answer how I present it. Area of shaded region equals 31.5 centimeters. And I need to add on, because it's an area, I'll manually add on a cubed sign. Okay, good. So when you're dealing with these shapes, so a shape within a shape, the best way to handle them, I think, is to, number one, calculate the area of entire shape. So that could be a rectangle, a square, a triangle, it depends. Number two, calculate the, for example, shaded or unshaded. If they're equal in size, then it doesn't matter. Calculate area to be subtracted from total area. And number three, do the subtraction, and what you'll be left with is the shaded region. In this case, area left will be the shaded region. Okay, so practice these. That's on page 323 and it's question 3.